Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. On Friday, I was talking about the 7 laws of the universe. And the one that's most popular, the one that most people talk about, is the law of attraction. And that was popularized by the movie The Secret. But really, it's a secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibrational energy. When you want to attract something in your life, you must be in harmony with a similar vibrational energy. Everything is energy, everything vibrates. Even the bed that you're sleeping in, or the chair you're sitting on, the table that you're sitting at, the walls in your house, they are energetic. They're vibrating at a very slow rate of speed. And the flowers in your flower pots or the vegetables growing in your garden, they are also energetic, and they are turning into matter. And then they turn back into energy. And if you look at the growth of your vegetables, corn or peas or carrots, they start as a little seed. They start to grow only once they've received attention, nutrition, sunshine, water. They require nurturing in order to grow into what they're intended. And then after they've been eaten or harvested, and they start to deteriorate and they die and they turn back into dust or seed or compost, or they provide nutrients for your body. But there's a season, and they go through all of these stages. Animals are the same, but humans are the only ones who have been gifted with intellectual faculties. A dog only knows that it's a dog, and a carrot only becomes a carrot. An acorn can only become an acorn tree, but then from that tree, millions more trees can grow through producing acorns. But human beings, you can be anything you want to be. You have been gifted with an intellect. You have been gifted with an imagination. You've been gifted with the ability to reason. You've been gifted with the power to hold an image on the screen of your mind and to become that person that you want to become, to create an object, an idea, any kind of thing. The more you focus on something, it becomes that. We can focus on good health. We can focus on health and vitality and the beautiful world around us. Or we can focus on being tired and angry and miserable and not good enough. What we focus on manifests bigger in our lives. So you want to practice focusing on what you want. If you want love, you have to be aware of love. Love vibrates on a totally different vibrational energy than apathy or guilt or anger or hate. Low-level vibrational energies can cause you to become at dis-ease. When you're in dis-ease, you attract diseases, you attract more sickness, you attract more worry, more problems, more sickness, more ill health. When your body is at ease, you attract more ideas because you're relaxed. You start to get into a creative state of being, and then you can create whatever state of being you want. You can become grateful, joyful, loving, and generous. You can be in the state of creating, inventing something new, deciding how you would like your life to be, and be that. You can become some kind of occupational, you can have an occupation that you want to be: a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, an astronaut, an inventor. But we're not human doings. Those are things that we do with the work that we've chosen. Human beings can just be. You can be still and decide what you want to create. You can be still and create in your mind a beautiful garden or a new idea that will change the course of the world. Many people have done that in the past. Many people have chosen to do something that everyone else said was impossible, and they changed the world. They changed the beliefs that the people of their time held. People used to believe that the world was flat, and if you sailed away too far, you'd fall off the end of the earth. People used to believe that human beings couldn't run very fast until Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile. And now, if you watch the last Olympics, people are beating all kinds of records. The gymnasts are doing things that used to be considered humanly impossible. You compare the Olympics of 2024 with the Olympics of 1972, they're completely different routines. You might have grown up believing that you were meant to be a teacher or a doctor or a farmer or an accountant or an engineer because that's what your parents dreamed for you, either because they had that in their life and had success, or they didn't have much success and wanted better for you. Either way, your parents had an idea for what was best for you. And as a child, maybe as a teenager, you obeyed, you believed, you thought, you heard that so many times that was programmed into you. That's all you could become. That's all you could be. Or that was what was best because your parents were the authority figures in your life. You loved and respected them. Or maybe you decided to go against them and do something else. Whether it worked out or not, you still have remnants of what your parents thought was best, what your teachers thought was best, what society talked about. Even in today's world, what society talks about is what's on the news, what's happening in the world. And the world seems to be going crazy. Well, the world seemed to be going crazy during the bubonic plague. The world seemed to be going crazy during the industrial age. The world seemed to be going crazy during the Great Depression. There's always periods of time, periods in this world of great change. Recently, we had a worldwide pandemic, and people thought the world was going crazy. Well, it's speeding up. Ideas are coming faster. People are thinking of greater ways of doing things. We don't want to go back to the horse and buggy age. We don't want to go back to the caveman days. We don't even want to go back to rotary phones and sending snail mail and faxes. We like that we can take a picture and with a couple of touches on our cell phone, send that image to thousands of people all over the world at the touch of a button. That wasn't even dreamed of in our grandparents' days. No one had that idea until Steve Jobs had the idea. Now, basically, we can't live without it. You might have a beautiful idea in your mind of something that's never been thought before. And that means you are the person to bring it into reality. No matter if the entire world says you're crazy, it's never been done before. The images that you hold in your mind are yours to manifest into reality, good or bad. If you think of ill health and all the reasons why things can't happen, you're right, they won't happen. If you have a lovely idea of something that you want, something that would help the world, something that would make life easier, you are responsible for bringing that into reality. In the book, The Secret, written by Rhonda Byrne, she says, the knowledge of the secret and the intentional use of the law of attraction can be applied to every single subject in your life. It is the same process for everything you want to create. And the subject of money is no different. You know, you might have grown up like I did, believing that wealthy people were greedy, they were selfish, they took from the poor for their own benefit. But that's not true. You can see wealthy people that are miserable and beating their family and working hard. And you can see people who are wealthy who are generous beyond anything you could imagine. They're changing the world through their giving to their church, to their community, to their charity, to building new ideas. It takes money to bring a fantastic idea into reality. The cell phone never would have come into reality if there wasn't, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars put into that idea for research and development. What about airplanes? The Wright brothers started and developed and flew a little biplane, and now we're jetting all over the world. And now we see problems with flight that will take money to correct, to improve upon. To attract money, you must focus on wealth. It is impossible to bring more money into your life when you are noticing you don't have enough, because that means you're thinking thoughts that you don't have enough. Focus on not enough money, and you will create untold more circumstances of not having enough money. You'll focus on more debt. You'll focus on more bills. You'll focus on never enough. And that's what manifests in your life. That's what grows bigger. That's what becomes your way of living. You must focus on the abundance of money to bring that to you. You have to emit a new signal with your thoughts. And those thoughts should be that you currently have more than enough. You really do need to call to your imagination, call your imagination into play, and make believe that you already have the money you want. Bob Proctor used to say, pretend, and he used to sing the song, pretend that you're happy when you're blue. And pretty soon you will be happy. If you pretend that you're wealthy, pretty soon more wealth will be attracted to you. And it's so much fun to do using your imagination. I'm not talking about spending more money than you have. I'm not talking about ignoring your bills. I'm talking about using one of your 6 intellectual faculties, your imagination, to pretend, what if you won the $70 million lottery? That's what the lottery is right now. 70 million. Where would you start to spend it? First of all, you'd probably pay all your debts and maybe buy a beautiful home or 3. Maybe you would buy a house for your children or your parents or your siblings. Maybe you would build a new church. Maybe you would go on a year-long trip around the world and enjoy everything in luxury. Maybe you would invest it so that you would make millions more for charities. Maybe you would create a legacy. Whatever it is, pretend. You're not going to do it right now, but what if you won the $70 million lottery? And you know, for a billionaire, 70 million is chump change. The way we think creates our reality, good or bad, wealthy or poor, easy or challenging. You will notice as you pretend and play games of having wealth that you feel instantly better about money. And as you feel better about money, it begins to flow into your life. Attract abundance. The only reason any person does not have enough money is because they are blocking money from coming to them with their own thoughts. Every negative thought, feeling, or emotion is blocking your good from coming to you. That includes money. It is not that the money is being kept from you by the universe, because all the money you require exists right now in the spiritual form, in the invisible form. If you don't have enough, it's because you are stopping the flow of money coming to you, and you're doing that with your own thoughts. You must tip the balance of your thoughts from lack of money to more than enough money. Think thoughts of abundance. Think more thoughts of abundance than of lack, and you start to tip the balance. When you need money, it's a powerful feeling within you. So, of course, through the law of attraction, you will continue to attract needing money. Rhonda Byrne says she can speak from experience about money because just before she discovered the secret, her accountants told her that her company had suffered a major loss that year. And in 3 months, it would be gone. It would be history. After 10 years of hard work, her company was about to slip through her fingers. And as she needed more money to save her company, things just got worse. There seemed to be no way out. Then she discovered the secret, and everything in her life, including the state of her company, was totally transformed because she changed the way she was thinking. As her accountants continued to fuss about the figures and focus on the debt, Rhonda Byrne kept her mind focused on abundance and all being well. She knew with every fiber of her being that the universe would provide. And it did provide in ways that she could not have imagined. Of course, she had moments of doubt, but when the doubt came, she immediately moved her thoughts to the outcome of what she wanted. She gave thanks for it. She felt the joy of it, and she believed. I want to let you in on a secret to the secret. The shortcut to anything you want in your life is to be and feel happy now. It is the fastest way to bring money and anything else you want into your life. Focus on radiating out into the universe those feelings of joy and happiness. When you do that, you will attract back to you all things that bring you joy and happiness, which will not only include an abundance of money, but everything else that you're wanting. You must radiate out the signal to bring back what you want. As you radiate out those feelings of happiness, they will be sent back to you as the pictures and experiences of your life. The law of attraction is a reflecting back to your innermost thoughts and feelings as your life. I'm going to say that again. The law of attraction is reflecting back your innermost thoughts and feelings as your life. What are your innermost thoughts and feelings? You can say, I want to be a millionaire, but you recognize through the way you feel that your innermost thoughts and feelings are focused on lack, limitation, poverty, and debt. Your innermost feelings are what's attracting more and more. That's what your life is. That's what your life has been and is becoming, as focusing on that. So think about tipping the balance. Of course, there's going to be times where you worry about debt and not enough. But when you catch yourself, when you feel bad about money, start to say, I am attracting everything I need. I believe that everything will come to me at the right time. I will have more than enough to pay my bills when they are due. And I have more than enough to give to charity. I have more than enough. And as you give from your heart, you are rewarded from the universe. One trick you could try is when you have a bill, when you pay the bill, say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so happy and grateful that I have more than enough to pay for the electricity that I enjoy in my home. I am so happy that with a flip of the switch, I can turn on the lights. I can turn up the heat or the air conditioning. I have food in my fridge. I have the ability to cook with heat, electric heat. I don't have to use a campfire. I can turn on the stove or the oven or the microwave, and I can heat my food. I can cook. I am so happy and grateful that I have the ability to pay for the electrical bill, for the utilities that I enjoy, the heat, the gas, the water. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dr. Joe Vitale said, I can imagine what a lot of people are thinking. How can I attract more money into my life? How can I get more of the green stuff? How can I get more of wealth and prosperity? How can I, when I love my job, deal with the credit card debt that I have and the realization that maybe there's a ceiling on the money that can come in because it's coming to me through my job? How can I bring in more? Intend it. Intend that you're going to have more money. Intend that you are wealthy. This goes back to one of the things that they talked about throughout the whole book and the movie, The Secret. Your job is to declare what you would like to have from the catalog of the universe. If more money, if cash is one of them, say how much you would like to have. I would like to have $25,000 unexpected income within the next 30 days, or whatever it happens to be. It should be believable for you. You can say, I intend to win the $70 million lottery. But if you don't believe it, if you don't have an idea of what you would do with the money, if you don't project out into the universe the feeling of wealth and gratitude for that prosperity, it's never going to come. If you held thoughts in the past that the only way money can come to you is through your job, then let that go immediately. Can you appreciate that as you continue to think that it must be your experience? Such thoughts do not serve you. You're now coming to understand that there is abundance for you, and it's not your job to work out the how the money is going to come to you. It's your job to ask, to believe that you're receiving, and to feel happy now. Leave the details to the universe on how it will come about. Bob Proctor said, most people have a goal of getting out of debt. That will keep you in debt forever. Whatever you're thinking about, you will attract. You say, but my goal is to get out of debt. I don't care if it's to get out or get in. If you're thinking debt, you're attracting debt. Set up an automatic debt repayment program and then start to focus on prosperity. When you have a pile of bills that you have no idea how you're going to pay, you cannot focus on those bills because you will continue to attract more bills. You have to find a way that works for you to focus on prosperity despite the bills around you. You have to find a way of feeling good so that you can bring your good to you. You bring abundance into your life by focusing on abundance, by being grateful for what you've already received in your life. Maybe you could be grateful for the abundance that surrounds you in nature, the abundance of the leaves on the trees, the abundance of the vegetables in the garden, the abundance of the flowers, the abundance of running water, the abundance of whatever you have in your life that you are grateful for. Feel that truly grateful. What do you really enjoy in your life? When you can focus on being happy, being grateful, you bring more to be grateful for. You bring more happiness and joy. A good practice to get into is to write out, I am so happy and grateful now that, and then choose a statement that is believable to you. Money is flowing into me from multiple sources. I have more than enough. I am always taken care of. Whatever is believable to you that you can really feel, state it to the universe. I am so happy and grateful now that money flows to me on an increasing basis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whatever you focus on, you create. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.